Hello and welcome to the coverage of this particular test match on our pitch-side studio. Let's have a look at the match summary, how it went about. Bangladesh won the toss and decided to put Pakistan into bat, and Pakistan scored 448, and they declared thinking that they will rush through their batting lineup, that is the opposition, but Bangladesh had other things in mind. They posted 565, getting a lead of 117. Pakistan then collapsed and only managed to get 146, leaving a 30-run target for Bangladesh to win this, and they did so, and they managed to grab it by 10 wickets. A lot has been spoken already and lots to be spoken about this test match. I've got Athar Ali Khan, Bazid Khan alongside me. Athar, it's got to start with you. The test match, of course, we know who scored, who was the standout performer. But as a whole, how do you see this test victory?
Oh, incredible, incredible. This will live on forever. Not just for me or for Shanta and company, but people back home, 118 million people, something to cherish for a very, very long time. It will put a big smile on their face. Yes, they're going through some devastating floods. Thoughts and prayers for the victims and for the safety. But this win will certainly give such a big smile on their face, knowing that they've never won against Pakistan. And there have always been hope for Bangladesh. When do you start winning matches, especially test matches, and when do you win overseas? Yes, the last overseas win in a test match for Bangladesh was in Mount Maunganui against New Zealand. That was a great win. Ibadat Hussain took a 6 in the second innings, and now coming to Pakistan, putting in the best ever total against Pakistan in test cricket, 565, bowling them out. I think that's the cheapest total. That's the lowest total by Pakistan against Bangladesh, and going to win by 10 wickets says a lot about what they are capable of. Well done, Bangladesh.
It does indeed. Bazid, if you look at this test match as a whole, again, I'll put that question to you in a different way. What, according to you, has been the key factor that Bangladesh looked like a more prepared side for this test match?
Yeah, they looked as if they were here to play, and Pakistan were of the theory that they'll produce a green pitch and roll them over, which did not happen. And they lost. Obviously, Bangladesh won the toss, but even so, the way that they batted, I think, yes, they bowled brilliantly. Yes, the second innings was exemplary. But once you are faced with 448, and then you come back with getting some lead and putting the opposition under pressure, I think that is the key. They're able to stay with the game and then lead the game throughout, or sort of come back into the game. That meant that Pakistan was always under pressure. It is quite a moment for Pakistan now to realize that at home they cannot find a way to beat any opposition. All oppositions are coming and dominating them, and it's, although it's just the first test of the home season, but suddenly you're looking around and everybody's asking questions, and mostly those questions goes unanswered. You keep on asking the same question to the Pakistan team management, and you don't get a satisfying reply. So I don't think they have an answer right now on how to construct a win at home against any sort of opposition.
Okay. Coming to Bangladesh, I mean, you look at the young captaincy of Shanto, and then you have someone like Mushfiqur Rahim standing out, putting his hand up with his experience. Just seems like a perfect blend.
It is a perfect blend of youth and experience. Experienced cricketers like Mushfiqur Rahim, Shakib Al Hassan. It is also, if you look at the top order, you have Shadman Islam and Zakir Hassan, the youngsters going in with a really big heart and playing a really good innings. But what an innings! What a lovely innings this was. Knowing that he's staring at a big total, 440 odd runs from Pakistan, but he never shied away, and he understood the fact that when he came to bat, there was a bit of a pressure, but the surface was good. But you still have to grind it out with the grit and determination, and show that when you get set, you convert those start to a big one, 50 to 100, 100 to a 150, and then closing on to a double 100. Already has 3 double hundreds. Really set up the match, and it is a great feeling for everybody from Bangladesh, but a very special feeling for someone like Mushfiqur Rahim.
Bazid, you just mentioned a while ago, first test of the season, but we keep repeating the mistakes, and maybe the management or team don't have the answers. I'll ask you if you have the answer. either it's the conditions of the pitch, or is it the lack of skill to extract anything out of the conditions? Because then it is what it is.
Conditions, you can blame the conditions of the pitch, but Bangladesh win by 10 wickets. So whatever you say, they have beaten you fair and square and beaten you in every department of the game. You play 4 fast bowlers, which everybody, before the game started, they selected their team, everybody was questioning that. How can you play 4 fast bowlers? Not only because of the reputation of the Rawalpindi pitch, but also because of the fact that it is so humid. And if you expect your fast bowlers to come back for the second, third, fourth spell, it is going to be difficult, and it showed. It was difficult. Once you weren't getting purchase off the surface, you cannot go back to your fast bowler expecting a different result. Maybe a specialist spinner in that squad may be where Bangladesh got 550, they might have restricted them to 450. That's a little bit of advantage you have to take in a test match, which you know on a surface which will go a long way, or which will play out over 5 days.
Yeah, questions will be asked for sure, because you being the home team, you would want to go with knowing the home condition, you would want to pick up the right selection, but take nothing away from Bangladesh.
Exactly.
They have absolutely outplayed Pakistan in all departments of the game, apart from the fact that they scored 448 in the first innings. I mean, they took 45.5 overs to bowl them out. They took the 1 wicket yesterday, and today 9 wickets in 45.5 overs, and the 2 young guns come in and wrap it up in like 6 point something overs, winning by 10 wickets.
Yeah, clearly there was a marked difference, at least in the areas
also
that the bowlers were bowling.
Just one thing to add here. If you hide away from the question, now the question asked, did you misread the pitch? Nobody's accepting that they did. They're saying they didn't play as we expected, so that means that you misread the pitch. Then the other question is, why don't you play Abrar? Abrar has, remember, he has on this ground has 40 wickets in 5 games, so you don't play him in the first test match. Then humidity. We all know that it's going to be humid. It's the back end of the monsoon. How can you expect 4 fast bowlers to carry on? So the acceptance right now isn't there that we made a mistake. Maybe we misread the pitch. Maybe we played the wrong playing 11. The acceptance, I don't think at the moment we've got anything back from the management that yes, we did this wrong and it shouldn't have happened, or something that maybe we misread the situation altogether.
So that brings me to another question. I mean, we're talking about 4 seamers or not, whether 1 spinner should have been there in a specialist. What about the batting in the second innings? 146 all out. I mean, I don't think they started the day with any pressure on them.
Yeah, absolutely. You can question the shot selection once that batting lineup was under pressure. And don't get me wrong, Bangladesh put them under pressure. They didn't give them anything to hit, but 5th day you expect to be put under pressure, and you expect to then come out of it. And you look at most of these shots, almost all the batters got out trying to play expansive shots. Shan Masood, Saud Shakil, Babar Azam, Abdullah Shafiq, Saud Shakil walking out of his crease. So it's not like they've tried to defend and being nicked off to slip or caught at short leg. It's them trying to get after the bowling, and that's how most of your top order got out. So you look back at it, yes, you want to be positive, but if you don't have the right shot selection, then there's a fine line between being positive and there's another word which I won't.
There are 2 dismissals out of the dismissal that you see here. There are 2 dismissals which has caught my attention. One was Saud Shakil, because he got 140 and he went down the wicket early in the innings. Such a lovely, beautiful delivery from Shakib Al Hasan, moving with the arm, and then he gets stumped. The other one, which was a really shocker, was Abdullah Shafiq, but that was stroke of lunch. You know, he had to play I think 1 or 2 overs, and he went down the wicket, never reached to the pitch of the delivery, and tried to heave it out of the ground and getting caught in at point. I mean, you got to take the responsibility. It's about responsibility. Pakistan now already on the back foot now. What do they do next? Under tremendous amount of pressure. So there'll be loads of questions asked.
Just one more thing. I talked about this on a show during the World Cup. The acceptance now has to come with Pakistan. They're not in the top tier of international cricket. So they're almost like a second tier in white ball cricket and in test match cricket. Yes, we can say yes, very talented side, but they're nowhere near the likes of say, South Africa, say even in New Zealand, say in India, say in Australia. So we're actually in the second tier, and that acceptance hasn't come either. We're still thinking that we'll reverse swing a team out. That is not happening. We don't have express pace. We don't have quality spinners either. So red ball cricket, we've been struggling for a while. The acceptance has to come to really look into this and make sure that not only your goals should be set realistically, also the fact that you have to pay extra attention on red ball. White ball also, one-day cricket, you're lagging behind. T20 World Cup, that's in front of you. So the acceptance of you not being a top tier side, which we always associate Pakistan with, that also has to come.
Okay. Well, for those who've just switched on, Pakistan have been beaten by 10 wickets at home by Bangladesh in the opening test of this series. There's a lot to talk about. We'll come back after the break. You say better than the only name I can think is Salman.
Salman is your second spinner. How can you drop him?
Then who do you suggest or say that is going to make way?
That?
No idea.
That I cannot tell you, but that is the 11 that they have to pick. They need to pick 5 fast bowlers. After that, 5 bowlers, specialist bowlers. After that, you pick your 11.
Shan made way during the PSL when he was captain. Okay, if you were saying the other option, say they go with 3 seamers and a spinner, then which fast bowler would you feel that they might leave behind?
I think Shaheen. I think there's a lot happening for Shaheen behind the scenes. Obviously, congratulations to him on becoming a father. And in these conditions, he's played a test match. I'm not saying that he should be dropped, but I think this is sort of the right time to just give him a rest, let him enjoy the moments, and then come back come the next series.
Okay, let's have a look at the Bangladesh squad. I know you don't want to touch the winning combination, but if you were supposed to make changes, any?
There are 2 players who will be in contention to make the cut in the 11. The first is Taskin Ahmad, because they want him to come and play. He's available for the second test match. The other is Taijul Islam, because I think they just might try to prepare a little bit drier pitch in terms of having less grass. It all depends what the curator offers you when you come and show up on the 30th. So because they're batting, I don't want to tinker with the batting at all. It's all about those 2 players, whether they get an opportunity. Remember, Mahmudullah Sanjoy is also injured. I don't know whether he's 100%. But Taskin may be in, maybe Taijul Islam. You want to go in with 3 frontline seamers and 2 spinners, or you want to go with 2 seamers and 3 spinners?
So I'd put the same question to you. I mean, if you want to bring Taijul Islam and you feel Taskin will add the experience, who goes out?
I think if you look at what we have seen in this test match, you cannot. I don't think so. You can drop someone like Shoriful Islam and also Hassan Mahmood. I thought Hassan Mahmood was a pick of the bowler. So maybe give rest to Nahid Rana, still youngster, still learning his trade. He was the quickest of the lot, yes, but it hasn't helped, has it? So maybe he's given the rest, but it all depends what the team management feel.
Okay, let's have a look at the World Test Championship standings. There are a few changes that have come about after this win from Bangladesh. And Bangladesh, before the start of the series, was behind Pakistan, but now they've jumped 2 places. They've crossed South Africa as well at number 6. That's good. At a good start to the season.
That's a brilliant start to the season. I mean, you will always take that. A win is a win, and win will give you 12 points, and they can add to that. Remember, 1 up in the series, and they can manage to go and win another test match in 4 days' time. When it starts, then they add another 12 points and they climb above, 1 step at a time. This is brilliant.
A quick one to you, Baza. How important is for Pakistan to even have a look at this standing?
I think they should now look past this and think, yeah, we've got very little chance. So that pressure of what they put upon themselves before the series, that look, we've still got a chance to get to Lords and play that final and win everything here. I think that goes in the backdrop now. Maybe with that pressure released, that they can play a little more freely and play more the way that they want to play, maybe unshackle them in a way, because before the series started, the whole talk about the outside chance of getting to Lords, I think this test match might have just put that to bed.
I hear that after this win, you're throwing a party and distributing gifts to all of us.
Definitely, and even a bigger party and more gifts if we go on to win the second test match.
Okay. All right. Let's have a look at what's in store for us, and not too far from here. It is the Bengal Fala presents Blue World City Test Series second test match, and the first day of that would be 30th of August. Our coverage will start at 9:25 in the morning. That's the local time, right here in the same ground in Rawalpindi. So don't forget to join us. I'd like to thank my guest Athar Ali Khan, and congratulations once again. Bazid,
thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you all for joining us and enjoying the 5 days, seems so long, 5 days of Test cricket. We'll see you on the 30th at 9:25 a.m. Till then, take care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.